All right, welcome to episode 70 of Adventures in Inbetweening. Today I am taking another look at an episode I animated for Fanboy and ChumChum back in 2012. Lots of fun, squashy, stretchy stuff to look at here.
Where did everyone go? People should be rushing to the stage to join our club.
And what might that be?
Only our secret identities! Up there!
They even have an upside-down room.
You're just on the ceiling.
We eat the crumpets, we shrink, we fit into the tiny door, and we are in the secret club.
No. There's no trick crumpets here. There's just an ordinary door with a secret password. Okay.
Right. Ordinary door and an upside-down room. I don't think so, Kyle. No, there must be something around here we can eat that'll shrink us.
All right, and you notice on that last shot that we're missing the liquid there. I'll get to that when we break that part down. Looking at Fanboy here, he was holding the guitar with just one neck in the board, and it's got two necks in the actual show. That's just how it goes sometimes. Stretching and squashing, really fast actions on this one. The pupils, as I mentioned before, are separate geometry, so we can move those independently of the eyes. The head was very malleable, lots of squash and stretch there. Same with the eyes, same with the eyebrows. These were all separate pieces, and they could all just work together and animate separately from each other. Keeping the brows asymmetrical, turning around, getting those hands offset, asymmetrical movement, make those fingers have some nice overlap to them. Antic down, elbows up, reverse that shape there. Elbows down, and then drag those fingers like crazy, stretch them out. That's what the rig allowed. That's what the show asked for, and it was a treat to be able to do this. This was only the second 3D show that I worked on after Planet Sheen and before Ninja Turtles, and just having the freedom to really just use all those 2D skills that I'd built up over 15 years was terrific. You can see they were taking the intention from the boards there. I mean, we can't actually make the rig do what the boards are asking there. It's just saying, okay, this is what the feeling that we're going for is, and we got to make that work in 3D. Same here with the, I think this, I'm trying to remember this little orphan's name, Vagrant Orphan Vagabond. He was, we're helping Chum Chum and Fanboy here. I had that little camera shake when Chum Chum comes in here. So boom, you can see that he comes in so quick. We can stretch out the head, we can stretch out the body. The body can catch up and squash and stretch, just like a big sphere. Chum Chum is floating in the air here, and I remember asking, is that okay? Can he fly? And it's like, it's fine. Just have him zip in there, say his line, and get out, and nobody will complain, nobody will notice. And it's like, yeah, it's totally fine that he's flying in the air. This is just the way the show goes. Look at the pupil there, and Chum Chum's going to anticipate forward, and then the body is going to go back first. There it goes, back where he came from. That's stretching out, and then the hair is going to drag as he's going back, and boom, one frame off. That's just how this show rolls. The wave action on his scarf here, just, you know, is keyframe stuff that you can have fun with. Really clear composition here in the storyboards. Storyboards give us so much. So Chum Chum's focused up, Fanboy's focused down, the little orphan's focused at Fanboy, and just telling all these different stories. This happens later on too, and the boards in this were so solid. And it was all just very zippy, fast storytelling. Get that hand up there, overlap the head with it, get that finger back to normal. We could stretch things out 5, 6, 8, 10 times. And then they're both going to look up where Chum Chum's pointing. Look at Chum Chum's asymmetrical mouth there. I love what we can do with these characters. Now they're upside down on the ceiling here. That's why their capes are hanging up there. Drag those fingers out. Smash it up there. Have the other arm go more slowly as it's going down, so we've got some overlap there. Squash and stretch, drag that head. Bulgy eyes on these characters, and you can see all the different lights reflecting off the eyes there. It's just a ton of fun to work with these characters. Really pushing those poses, a big lip sync. Now Kyle's actually on the floor here, that's why he's upside down. He's going to do this big point towards the screen. So you can see this, the intention in the storyboards. It's like, yeah, he's pointing, okay, cool, but you know, we can go further. We can really get that point close to camera. Drag that finger as he's coming forward. Even more. Overshoot and settle back. A little bit of wobble on the finger there. Wonderful stuff that we had the chance to do on this show. Fanboy always is, yeah, I've got it all figured out. I know what's going on. You can see the boards. He's just got this unearned confidence. Big, great, goofy posing. Chum Chum's just like, yeah, everything's great. Reversing the elbow again. Yeah, get that finger overlapping and dragging. Chum Chum is just looking up at Fanboy like, yeah, I like what you're saying. Yeah, that's great. Fanboy's talking about this here. We got the little thing that we're going to look at, and then he's going to go over here and point to the screen right of Chum Chum there. Head down, drag the finger. Look at that line of action in the arm there. Wave action follows through the arm. Chum Chum's eyes go up. Pupil's going to go over to the right with the finger swirling around. Dragging the arm back in. Chum Chum's going to have a delayed reaction, of course, because he's watching what's happening. It's got to happen first, and then Chum Chum's going to react second. And Fanboy rests his case. Get that tongue out there, and now they're both going to simultaneously start back. Dragging those fingers. Chum Chum's a little bit smaller, so he can actually probably move faster. That was my thought process for getting his arms out there first. And then we've got a boom boom with one arm's out, two arms out. The rigs were built for this. They were really friendly animator-wise for us to take the arms and stretch them out. It wasn't a ton of cheating or work to do that. It was all intentional. So they're taking all these crumpets. There's one crumpet left. You can see the Kyle. Whoa, he's reacting. Popping that crumpet up there. It's going to be spinning in the air. Get some nice secondary motion on the hair. Here comes Fanboy's hand coming in. Grab it. All blurred. And then we're just going to hold it there just for a couple frames, just so that blur can wear off. And then we're going to zip him out again. So it's blur, clear, blur. Just nice contrast. And Kyle is, he's got all kinds of magical abilities, but he's still like, whoa, what just happened? Okay, this shot is like 12, 14 seconds long. Let's watch Chum Chum. He's the one we're going to come back to. But there's some really cool business going on between Kyle and Fanboy as well. So the whole thing is that Fanboy is going to be pouring this kettle into Chum Chum's mouth here. And Chum Chum is gradually going to become waterlogged. We had to hold this kettle perfectly still the entire time for 12 seconds here, because that was so effects could line up to it eventually. Now, I've never seen the final effects on this. I don't know how it all worked out, and I'd love to see it. I've been looking for it, and I can't find it so far. But what I understood was if we move the kettle around, that would be a heck of a time for effects to deal with, so we just had to hold the kettle in one place, and then all the liquid could come out. So we've got the liquid. I had to animate, so you can see Chum Chum here before and after. I had to animate imagining this liquid was going to be flowing out into him. So he's just got his mouth open, the liquid is coming down, and Chum Chum's going to go whoop, bloop, 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 bloop. A little bit wider, settling up every time. So it goes bloop, 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 as the tea or water or whatever it is. I'm not even clear what it is. Again, when I see it finally, I'll be able to tell how it all worked out. Fanboy's twirling his finger around. Now he's starting to get a little bit combative with Kyle here. He's like, what's going on? I don't like the cut of your jib there, Kyle. And so all this time that he's doing this acting on one side, he has to hold the kettle completely still on the other side. So he can be like holding the kettle and then but this part can't move. And that was such a fun part of this shot, like just having this hand. Generally we want to avoid hands that are just stuck in space because it looks too IK, inverse kinematics, and it's something that we try and stay away from. But in this case, it was okay. Dragging the kettle across there, Fanboy or Chum Chum's turning around, looking to screen right now. Boom, kettle goes into Kyle. Kyle's gonna whoa, settle back. Chum Chum's off, Fanboy joins him. We're out of here, Kyle. Forget all that. And anytime you've got a prop like that, like you can make good use of that prop, make sure that it's got some nice business to it as well. Now here, watch what happens. We're just gonna look at just Kyle and Fanboy here. So they've got some, like I say, some nice business going on. I mean, this scene works with just the two of them. They're just conversing, they're having a conversation, there's an escalation, a beginning, a middle, and an end. And there we go. Now, check out Chum Chum. Bloop, 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 bloop. Nine bloops. And then he picks himself up and walks off screen. What a fun show. I mean, it's not often that we get a chance as animators to do that kind of frivolous silliness and just have no real constraints to, just have the creativity shine through. So it was a wonderful show. I kept it pretty loose on this one, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for checking it out, and I'll see you next time.